welcome to Delta Lodge Outdoors. I am your host, Julius. This is a podcast to not only entertain, but to occasionally teach new things. I may be the only one learning, but at least we're going to have some fun trying to do it along the way. Thank y'all. Hey everybody, welcome to Delta Lodge Outdoors. We're recording this one on January the 18th. It should come out about I should have knew this. Hey everybody, welcome to Delta Lodge Outdoors. Today's podcast, I'm just going to talk about license fees increase across the board. Like, there's a lot of states going up on their stuff this year. We'll start with Oklahoma. They almost doubled for the price of non-resident license. They also actually just tried to vote on turning it to a $1 state, but that got shot down. I don't know which way I feel about it. I mean, killing $2 there it's work. I mean, I've done it. There's work to do it. Like I said, a lot of the states are increasing. Missouri has plans to adjust their permit price starting. It actually went into effect January the 1st. Would include increases for non-residents and some residents. The changes for non-residents are on their fishing. They went from 51 to 53, and the firearm permit went from $276.50 to $288. The state of Washington, their state senators have proposed significant hikes for fish and hunt license. Small game license go from $35 to $48.30. While for seniors, it would decrease for seniors, but Maine has a adjustment that they're looking at doing. Has proposed major cost increases by 16% for resident combination and 5% increase for non-resident. So Tennessee's another one of those that's on board with it. It's set to increase the cost of license and permits. The changes are often implemented to, I don't have how much Tennessee's is going to go up, but then you drop down here. Ohio is another one. They proposed to increase in theirs. Theirs is a big hike. The proposed increase for non-residents, hunting license, and either sex permit. The guiding cost for non-resident hunting license and the either sex permit would rise from $257.92 to $399.36. Even their fishing license would go up from $49 to $74. Their 3-day one for fishing would double. So they went up on them. Let's see. Wisconsin, their non-resident archer and crossbow license are looking at going from $165 to $200. Tennessee is looking at increasing theirs because they have an $8 million budget deficit to increase most hunting and fishing fees by 28%. So let's see. Like I said, Oklahoma was a notable one where it went from $299 to $500. North Dakota has a bill proposed to increase certain license and everything also, which is let me see on theirs. They're looking at small game for resident would go from 10 to 20. Non-resident small game 100 to 120. Resident fishing from 18 to 25. Then we already talked about Washington. We talked about Missouri. Let's see. Proposed changes include non-resident $98 up to $102 on their non-resident hunt small game. That's for, like I said, Missouri. Maine's a 16%. So across the board, a lot of states are up in their fees because they're all running deficits. So, government's having, like always, apparently there's trouble running a government agency, and they could probably cut a lot of wasteful spending out and not have to hike the prices. For example, Oklahoma, like I said, they went up substantial amount. They went from $299 to $500, so that was a lot. Plus a $208 fee for your other fee, so it was $708 when it was $300. My first year hunting Oklahoma was $300 because I was out of state. After that, I become a resident, but it would have been $708 this year. So a lot of these states are increasing them. So be very careful on what states you're choosing to hunt this year because it's going to completely change the fees on stuff. So you got to be careful with that because that's going to change your budget. You know, that's going to change your budget completely for what you're looking for. You know, we'll use Oklahoma's numbers here. They went up, like I said, and still sold 101,229 fishing licenses to non-residents. Trying to look for their non-resident anglers. I'm trying to look for their, you know, what it was. I don't have it in front of me for their deer hunting license. Like some of the states are going to, you know, like Nebraska, you're starting to do points there. Obviously, Kansas has been points. So some of these states, it's getting to a point where, you know, you're locking it. Like some states have it listed. Like Ohio's a big, like I said, a big one. The jump on it was to me is $257.92 to $399. So it went from say $260 to $400, $140 increase. That's, you know, that's a lot when you're figuring your budget for a deer hunting trip. So you got to take that into account. They're all going up. How is it? On their fees. A lot of them are going up on just their non-resident for their deer hunting, you know, because people are going to go do it still. I'm trying to find that really quick to see because, like I said, I want to use Oklahoma as my base here. No, I don't want the fish. See, it's giving me the fishing one. Increase. However, there are some. In 2020, Oklahoma experienced a 28% rise in non-resident license. Here we go. The cost of out-of-state hunters to obtain a license is now $708 in Oklahoma, and they actually I can't find the exact number, but I do know they went down on how many they sold when they upped it to that. But since they went from 300 to 708, you kind of balance out on your money there. So you have to, like I said, look at where the pricing is going to be. So take a look at your state and other states you're interested in because they're all looking at up in prices. And I hate to say it because people preach it all the time about hunting is becoming a rich man's sport. If you're not, the lease property's gotten extremely high. You know, places that, you know, I chuckle because like spots in Oklahoma where people are griping about paying $20 an acre for, you know, oh, we used to get it for $8, we used to get it for 10. You know, that happened 20, that process happened about 15 years ago in Louisiana. Prices went to doubling on the leases and everything. And that's why people started hunting out of state. Now the out of state DNRs are realizing it and using that. They're upping a lot of that to like up their income. And a lot of people thought by upping the license, this is the talk from being in Oklahoma. Oh, well, it's mainly out of state people from Texas hunting, and they'll quit hunting, and the prices of the leases go back down. No, they won't. Somebody's still going to pay it, but you have a lot of people from other states at that point buy property. You know, they sold some ranchettes or whatever you want to call them, like little 5-acre sections down the road from me, where my place is at for like $4,000 an acre. And people bought, you know, I know one section's they bought 20 acres for like $4,000 an acre. They bought 88, so they spent $80,000. It's 4 families that split it. So husband and wife in each one, so that's 8. Plus whatever kids they got and everything, but they got 8 licenses right there. So they split the $80,000 between 4 couples, so $20,000 a piece. Their notes not astronomical. Now they're eligible for resident license because they have a mailbox there and everything. They started switching stuff over. there's a lot of people that did that. So they went from, and it's like, there's a lot of people that did that. That's cheating the system. The first year I hunted in Oklahoma, I was in a rent house, and instead of having my license transferred to that rent house, I paid for an out-of-state deer hunting license because I didn't want to have to go get my driver's license changed when I bought a place. So, the first year in Oklahoma, I could have bought a resident license. I chose to spend the $300 instead of the $100, just because it would have cost me 2 days of work being out to 2 different times getting my license done. So I'm not one of them that cheats the system. I don't really care for it, but look at your license. Keep an eye on what's going on. They're upping them everywhere. Like I said, North Dakota's increasing. So go back through the list. You got Tennessee, Missouri, Maine, North Dakota, Ohio, Nebraska made a change, Oklahoma. Like, there's a lot of states, and there's a lot of states that people hit. So pay attention to that. License fees and increases are going to start becoming a normal thing, and like I said, I hate to say it, hunting's getting expensive, especially to go out of your own state. Some of our own states are high. It usually costs me for a resident license $100 a year. Thank y'all for taking time to listen. Julius, Craig, Delta Lodge Outdoors. Y'all stay tuned as we have more coming.
From the woods to the water, from hunting to fishing, in the delta to the mountains, all about the outdoors. With a bow, fishing pole,